Hello beautiful people, and welcome back to Creating with Mimi. We are in the great room again. I want to show you guys one more setup utilizing the same furniture components that I have, but I'm switching the drapes today to a different color. I'm taking down the yellow. I'm not sure if the yellow is going to go back up for the summer, but this look should stay throughout the summer and maybe into the fall. I can't wait to get started. If you guys are design lovers like I am and you like this type of content, hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe. It is free. I would love to have you join. On this channel, we do all things interior design, decor, and a little bit of self-care. I will show you an array of beautiful things, some tips and tricks that designers use to make your home your sanctuary. I will get the ladder and start taking down the yellow drapery and putting up the white. And I love the white because it's so neutral. I did add a little bit of a twist. I added a black border into the white drapery and I love that look. We are so into the white and the black, earthy themes, but the black and the white is just fresh. I am not painting my entire house black and white, but I am adding some elements, and I want to show you guys how you can do the same. It is so easy to take down drapery and put drapery up these days, especially if your drapes are on a grommet like these drapes are. They are super heavy, so I'm always concerned with the other end flopping off to the ground. These panels are with cotton fabric, and I just added, let me move this over. So they have been folded for some time, and it's not a lot of wrinkles in here. Yeah, this area right here, if you can see, I'll probably steam that out. But what I love about this is it is a white fabric and it has blackout. We talked about that. What does blackout mean? Blackout is an extra layer of fabric that is installed. Usually you see it installed on custom draperies, and what it does is it will protect your drapery fabric from the sun. Usually with drapes without blackout, and you have direct sunlight every day for hours as I do, it will probably only last about maybe 2 years, 3 years before you start to see some tearing or fabric thinning out. The other purpose of blackout that I use is when I have a client that says, I do not want to wake up to the sun. I do not want to know when the sun rises. Well, when I put these up, it is completely blacked out. You will not wake up because of the sun rising. You'll wake up for some other reasons, but not because of the sun. I will pull it and show you guys what I'm talking about. When you have drapery that is without a blackout and you pull it in front of a window, you can see through the drapery. This you cannot see through at all. What I love about this is this border that I've decided to place, and I just placed a little black border there just to add a little bit more interest and contrast to the white. This is so gorgeous. It is a velvet. I literally just put pink on the border from my lipstick because I got pink lipstick on and I must have touched my face. I will get that out later. But this is so gorgeous. These drapes are not made for closing and completing this window out because I tend to leave my windows open year round. but I love this. Elected to place white grommets on the top of this because I wanted it to just completely dissipate. I could have chosen a gold or a black. And then I take it away from my shoulder and then just drop it down like so. Super, super easy to hang. And these drapes are so well made. They're already ironed. The fold is inside. You can open it up if you wanted to see more of the border pattern. Now I'll just place the finial. There is a small screw on the back of the drapery rod, and what that does, when you screw it in, it allows the rod not to move once you start pulling and closing, opening and closing the drapery. The way that I use drapery in my home, it is strictly just for aesthetic value. There's no need for me to actually have drapery because I like all of my windows to be open. But I also want to make sure that I am not wasting money and hence spending the extra money to have a blackout material or something like a muslin inside of my drapery. Works out wonderful. So this is the black and white. Now currently the family room is set up with the yellow as an accent. I clearly could keep the yellow as an accent with the black and white. And the white drapery with just a hint of the black, it really kind of dissipates and it just does what it's supposed to. It is accessorized in this room, which has some black elements. We pretty much have a clean slate. I emptied everything out. I took down the plant that was sitting on the table over here, because I want to see the pattern and I have something else in mind to fill this space so that it doesn't look like a big fat void and it looks incomplete. I did keep the white lamps. Now, just in case you're wondering, I could have done a couple of things. I could have placed black lamps here or white lamps and a black shade. I may go get the shades and show you guys what that looks like, but it does change the overall concept that I'm looking for. Since this is springtime and I know what's going on outside, I have an idea as to what I'm going to do outside. I'm bringing in more wheat colors with the black being an accent. On the inside, I wanted to keep it as neutral as possible, hence having the white, which is a base color. This is not a in-your-face type color. It's a more neutral tone. Let's take this away. And I may bring it back, but I'm taking it away right now because I just want a neutral state. And having that ability to edit as I create the space and create the room, keeping things neutral is key. So we're gonna start with a neutral tone pillow. in the corner. These pillows are made so well, sometimes it's hard to see where the bottom, which side the bottom is located. And even with the neutral base that you guys are seeing going on right now, it's so clean to me, and it's so refreshing and inviting just having this neutral base. And now I will start to implement and bring in some colors. I'll probably set up maybe 2 different floral arrangements on the table and then work in some other pillows. Okay, so the star of the show will be this gorgeous, it's a black, gray, but more taupe, and then a off-white. The back of it is a white. Love this. I have decorated with this pillow I don't know how many times, but for today's purposes, I will bring it in, just adding a little bit of black and white in the space. Now, look how well this black and white pops with the camel color on the sofa. It's just gorgeous. The sofa is still a backdrop, and this just acts as an accent. I'll bring it in. I love to have color or a pop of something, even though this is a neutral tone color. Black is a neutral, white is a neutral, gray. These are all neutral colors that I'm putting together to create a flow. The black is going to tie in with the black and the white that I've placed in the banner for the drapery. It's just stunning. One more. Oh, I love that. It is just stunning. And since it's a sectional, I'll be honest, I don't always place 3 pillows of the same because it gets to be matchy-matchy. So I may turn it over and place a white pillow on this side and not necessarily would I have the pattern. I definitely will not place this pattern in this chair. I think that is too much pattern in one space and it gets to be matchy-matchy. Let me step out of the way so you guys can see. So look at all of those. If I placed a pattern pillow in this chair, it actually becomes very, very matchy-matchy in a small space. So you don't want to do that. If you absolutely must have a pillow, you can either place another neutral tone pillow, which will pick up on the camel in the sofa, or I could actually turn it around and it's just cream on cream. We know that cream on cream works all day long. Once I add another color in here, so let's do that now. Let's say for some reason this was too neutral for me and I just wanted to add in a pop of color, right? We can add that yellow in, bring that yellow back, but it is a solid color yellow instead of it being a pattern yellow. And I'll show you guys the difference. This is the case, the pillowcase for the pillow that was in the room before. Now this is a prime example of too much pattern in one room. You've got the pattern on the pillows, pattern here, pattern there. In order to pull off all of these different patterns in this room, I would need to bring in another color. Like this backdrop wall would need to be yellow. I'd have to bring in this color so that this pulls off. It is just the environment that you're creating for the room and the space. So I will take that off. Even though I'm adding another color, it's a solid color. It doesn't have a lot of pattern. And then naturally you can add back in your floral treatment. Now that looks good. Space in the room stands out. It's not bam in your face. It is subtle to me in terms of the pattern and the color, but everything has flow and it's complementing. Bringing yellow in for this particular space isn't necessarily what I would like to do, but you could bring the yellow in. I'm gonna play with it a little bit more and bring something else on this table, which is not a super large surface. I think this table is only 36. There were 2 tables in here, but when I switched things around, I took out the second table. I might be bringing it back, or I think I would like a larger surface around. I would really like a larger surface. So what I may end up doing is actually getting another large piece of wood, painting it out white on top, just placing that on top, drilling a couple of nails in there to keep it so it won't fall off, because I really do want a larger surface, and this just, it's screaming too small for me. Okay, but let's get back to the room. Okay, I will keep this set up the way it is right now and start working on this. I will move the yellow because I didn't really intend on the yellow being here as a color for pop for me. Let's bring some interest to this area, to the cocktail table area. And keep in mind, I am playing with this, seeing it in this space like this for the first time, just as you guys are. And I love this vase. It has a ripple effect, and it almost looks like sand down below. And then it has a little bit of the black. Let's place that there. Those 2 items together, it gives me that visual interest that I'm looking for. I'll bring the book back, the 2 books. One is the Louis Vuitton. I like it because of the black, and then this is the Chanel. I love this because of the white. The actual cover of the book is not white, it's black. So I love that combination together. And then we have this. So I'm editing as I'm going along, and I love that together. Now you could leave it like that. But I always like to add a little candle. And so I'm keeping things really, really neutral. Another way you can add color if you chose to could be add a throw in this area. That's like so perfect. And I'll show you how I will handle that empty spot there that looks to be just incomplete. This right here though, this is gorgeous. I decided to handle this void problem on this side until I make a decision on what I'll place on the wall. It's just a small corner area. This gorgeous young man here is what I will place in this voided area. But I like it in the far corner on the outskirts. It just, when I saw this, it just screams strength. It has texture. It's a structural, it has texture. It even has the muscles that are inside. You can see what a gorgeous display of art. It's just gorgeous. And I will place this gentleman on an angle so that it could capture my eye from any part of the room. It just captures the eye. That's so gorgeous. Beautiful, elegant, and ultra simplistic. I could place white floral inside. I will not. I have floral going on the outskirts of this room. I've got the greenery over in along the wall. So I'm going to keep this just airing it to be simplistic, but I have enough texture, enough contrast in the space to keep me happy and interested.
If you like this video, hit that like button or subscribe. You will be notified each time there is a new upload. Until next time, make every day a great day.